everybody, this is Jacob Toronto here from ChasingCinema.com, bringing the news to you, the fact that cinematographer, critically acclaimed cinematographer Roger Deakins will be the DP of the upcoming sci-fi film Blade Runner 2. Now that is huge. Now, maybe the average moviegoer isn't familiar with the name Roger Deakins, but those who are pretty involved in film know the power behind that name. The man has been nominated for 11 Academy Award, or 12-time Academy Award nominee, my apologies, and has been the cinematographer on films such as, I have a list because I wanted to name the ones he was nominated for, this isn't all of course, Skyfall, Unbroken, Prisoners, True Grit, No Country for Old Men, Fargo, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, The Shawshank Redemption, and many, many more that I haven't even mentioned. That's all these he was nominated for, mind you. And obviously these are huge movies that I'm sure you are familiar with. I don't need to go into a long thing about how big these movies are and how well received they are and how wonderful they look. Not also that, it's actually going to be the second time he and the director, I always mispronounce his name, no, it's Denis, and it's a French name, but Denis, we'll call him Denis, because right now I'm forgetting how to pronounce his last name. But he worked on him with Prisoners as well. Obviously, the director for the upcoming Blade Runner 2 film will be directed by the man who brought us Prisoners. So if you look at Prisoners, and you could kind of get a feel on how the film might look, obviously not being a science fiction movie and kind of being able to explore that world yet, it'll be interesting to kind of see the scientific exploration from Deakins. Now, like the films that I mentioned, none of them are really science fiction, right? I mean, we have a lot of very serious, dramatic films that take place in most of the time somewhat a realistic universe. But we now have this movie where Deakins have to create a world and create an entire image that people have been waiting for such a long time. Now, see, the thing about Blade Runner 2 is that it has a huge following, and people like live by Blade Runner. I mean, it's a huge, impactful science fiction film, probably one of the most powerful science fiction films ever made. So there's a lot riding on this movie. But I think it's very interesting that he hasn't really dealt with much sci-fi. He has done a few, and he's going to explore that in a movie like this. And to be honest, I'm all for it. I'm kind of excited for it. The more and more I'm hearing about it, the more and more I'm excited about it. But at the same time, you know, I feel like I'm just a little bit kind of defensive because I know how big this project is going to be and how big the expectation will be. So, but in all honesty, you couldn't get a better man to do the job. Arguably one of the greatest cinematographers to ever live. Blade Runner 2 seems to be in really good hands. Let us know what you think about Roger Deakins being placed as cinematographer for this movie, and the fact that he will shoot Blade Runner 2 down here in the comment section below. Let me know what your favorite Deakins cinematography work of yours is, your favorite. There's a lot. I love No Country for Old Men. That's a huge favorite of mine. I think that movie looks so beautiful. Obviously, a lot of people are going to talk about Shawshank Redemption. A lot of these films are really, really impactful, and especially with the way they look. So let me know what your favorite Deakins film is down here in the description box or comment box below. Or of course, you can make this conversation more intimate by following me and Chasing Cinema on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And you can make this conversation a lot more intimate by doing so. Like and favorite to show your support. But most importantly, above all, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because each day we are constantly updating this channel with movie news, casting details, and everything going on in the world of motion picture. So please make it up to yourself to be a part of this conversation and be a part of this world of motion picture by subscribing. Today we talked about the leaked photo and video from Captain America Civil War. We talked about James Gunn and his already possibly casting for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which isn't set to come out for another 2 years. And much more stuff. Yesterday we talked about the Scorch Trials trailer, which is the sequel to the Maze Runner, so that's going to be a huge movie. So all that and more, please make sure you're a part of that journey with me. Hit that subscribe button and take this road through motion picture with me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. My name is Jacob Toronto, and please continue chasing cinema.